Hey all. So, like I said, I rarely get stuff for review purposes. I'm not an influencer, but I did get this. The Lemurian Starchild Oracle pocket size by Leanne and Michiel. And it's a really gorgeous, not necessarily pocket-sized deck, but it is kind of pocket-sized in comparison to the original version. But this is actually the version that I love. It comes in this really gorgeous book, magnetic closure book box. And you get a really cute little bag. These are my favorite type of bags, the cotton bags. I don't need any other bag. And you get this 88 card deck in the box. It's gorgeously gilded, good quality cardstock. It has a really nice matte UV anti-scratch lamination, and it has great snapback. So the quality of this set is amazing, and the cool thing is the original deck comes with this huge ass guidebook. That is really cool, by the way, because I know, because Martin has showed me. But this one doesn't have the guidebook. It does, however, have a QR code, and many people are going to be like, I really like this idea of QR codes in legitimate decks. People associate it with fake decks, but Leanne and Michiel actually have this whole like online app site created. So you can start by scanning this QR code for your welcome, and then you can read keywords, descriptions, and affirmations by pointing at your camera at the QR codes on the cards. And it even says if your phone can't do that, or you don't have a smartphone, it just shows you the website that you can visit. So it's actually really amazing. And the cards themselves, like, I am someone who likes to sometimes sit down with my decks, and especially sometimes with more guidebook heavy decks, I like to pull a card. I tend to not do very big spreads with guidebook heavy decks unless I have like a couple of hours of spare time, because then if I do that, I like to take my time. But usually when I use a guidebook heavy deck, I pull a card and spend my time with that. But these cards in this deck, and I'm gonna slowly flip through them because there's 88 of them. Some of them are portrait and some of them are landscape, which I don't mind. The cards in this deck do really, most of the time, speak for themselves. For example, Ships of Light, I don't know necessarily if that is one. That is definitely one that I would have to scan the QR code for, but Crown I could use. I saw this card yesterday, Beyond Cycles, and I really like that. This is a card that's basically, that if I were to get this in a reading, to me, if I would read this completely intuitively, this would mean this subject matter that this reading is about goes beyond the mundane, everyday, the coming and going, the ebb and the flow, the cycles of the moon. This is really big picture stuff that is beyond regular cycles. So, you know, there's some really cool concepts. And like I said, most keywords are completely usable. You know, and I really do love these landscape cards as well. Like, I'd say 95% of the cards are immediately usable without you having to necessarily, obviously it will add a lot, but you won't have to, if you don't want to, use the guidebook if you don't have that time. So I do like that a lot. Most of the keywords are immediately usable and chosen in a way which I find very helpful, and also will like definitely help me weave a really nice reading together. But like, for example, Cosmic Circles, I probably have to check out. Cosmic Self, I probably have to check out. And that's very easy because you just scan that code and boom, there it is. But most of these are very usable straight out of the box. Now, obviously, I did check the QR codes, see how they worked. I checked that website, and it is really well constructed. It is in like 100,000 languages. It's a really, really, really innovative idea. And also, if I may say so, look at that, by the way. This is really stunning. I love these colors. But it's not just innovative and cost-effective, but it also is such a, you know, how do you say that? It's this guidebook is not a waste of paper, by the way, but you know, like, paper is a very valuable resource, and you know, if you can save the planet a little bit more by not having your guidebook printed, I feel like that is a very big plus. And I feel like that's what happened here in a very cool, innovative way. As you can see, the QR code is a very much a part of the, like, I can't even say, oh, there are differences, but it's very much a part of the back design. So it's not very, you know, it doesn't like take away from the, I don't know, like, aesthetic of the deck. This is, you know, also a deck that might not be for everyone. It's very colorful, it's very high vibe, it's very, very much, some cards are painted, sometimes some cards are mixed media, some cards are collage, but for some reason, and I don't really know why, because I don't know why, this really speaks to me on a very special level. Love this too, by the way. This unicorn is so sweet. But yeah, I really, 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 really like it. And I really, really, really appreciate it. That this deck was created in this way. I feel like for me, this, I always wanted this deck, but, it always felt a bit, how do you say that? It felt a bit like, well, I don't know how to say, I'm literally at a loss for words, guys. This is really dumb. I was really intimidated by the system, because there is a system behind this, and by the huge guidebook, and Martin has shown me the deck and was like, you don't like have to worry about it, but it felt a bit intimidating. And by essentially taking that guidebook out of the box and taking all the keywords off the cards, for me, all of a sudden, this became a bit more accessible, more like one card at a time, one step at a time, which makes the whole deck more accessible. Now, I got this, and this retails for a mass market price. I don't know the price in UK pounds or US dollars, you know, go look it up. But this retails for a mass market price. This is one of my favorite cards, by the way. Peace Beyond Survival. Love that. It's 88 cards. It's on, you know, like that, everyone's favorite indie cardstock. It seems to be 350 GSM, a UV matte anti-scratch lamination, or, you know, how do we call that again? Anyways, lamination or whatever they put on the cards. Most of the cards are super usable. It's colorful, it's gorgeous, it's fun. I adore this Star Children card. It is pretty out there. This is not for everyone. It's very new agey sometimes, which a lot of you will know I love. But the fact that this set, the gilding, quality of the gilding is really good too. The fact that this set retails for, you know, a mass market price is insane. Shuffles really well, as you can tell. And I don't know, I just really love it. I've loved working with the app. I've loved playing with it. I've loved looking at the cards, and this, you know, regardless of whether or not you ascribe to these more new age ideologies, this is a huge feat, you know, 88 cards. And I love the borderless look, and everything is just so perfect. I pulled this card today. Doreen Virtue users who loved her decks will probably love this as well. It's just so sweet. Let's see if we can pull a cute card for now. Obviously, my phone is on the stand. I'm filming this with my phone, so I can't scan QR codes. But, you know, even if we get a weirder, more out there topic, which I would need a guidebook for, we can still sort of see how it would intuitively read. So I find that an interesting experiment as well. You know, like, so it's kind of a little intuition test for me. And there you go. Just like an old pro. Let's see. Let's see which card we get. Oh, the Storm. And this is interesting, right? Even when we look at the imagery on here. So I don't see storms as something bad per se. Sometimes a storm, even within, and this very much signifies a sort of a little struggle within. Sometimes that storm within is needed in order for us to have the air cleared afterwards. So absolutely lovely. Let's pull another one. So this is definitely one. I mean, I can try, but I would, and I love this art, but I would need to check a guidebook for this in the app. Syrian emissaries. Probably Syrian beings coming towards us. And this is one of those things where if you've read it once, you'll remember it. But what we do see on here is these Syrian beings coming to spread love. So that's interesting. Really deep, heart-centered love. So that's really cool. And then we get the Indigo Children, which is interesting. I kind of see myself as one. Indigo children are children born in the 70s and 80s that were put on Earth to do something greater, but they are not necessarily like the best at expressing themselves. And then we have Rainbow and Crystal children come later according to New Age ideologies. And, you know, I feel like the Indigo children are pushed back a little bit. But they do function more from a third eye, crown chakra sort of vibe and feel misunderstood sometimes. So it's interesting when we look at these cards together, even when we read them purely intuitively without any guidebook. Just judging from what I know and the imagery and intuition. Sometimes we do have that storm inside of us, but when we, you know, and we may feel a bit misunderstood, but when we come from an open heart place, and when we let love in and emit love, expressing ourselves will help us get through that storm. Expressing ourselves from our purest, most loving way, perspective, place. However you want to say that. So I think this is a really, really cool little deck. I know this is not for everyone, but I happen to really, really, really adore and love this. And I know Martin is friends with Leanne and Michiel, and he has nothing but good things to say about them. Like I said, even if you don't believe in this stuff, which is completely fine, I should not forget to put the bag in there. I mean, I don't even know if I believe all of this stuff. You can still sense it when a deck like this has been created truly from that heart space. And you can also sense when it's not. And I can tell you that it definitely is. So, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and bye-bye.